Hey, welcome back to Sober Now. I'm Jim LaPierre. Today I want to talk about expectations that we hold of ourselves, and I want to see if I can tie together two recovery concepts. The first one is expectations are premeditated resentments, and the second is we teach people how to treat us and correspondingly what to expect of us. So, what I've learned is that for as complex and as complicated as we believe we are, people are actually pretty simple creatures. And if I get to really know a person, I will get a sense of what their expectations of self are and what kind of standards they hold themselves to. And if I know that about a person, then more or less in any given situation, I can predict for you what they're going to do. I've learned that the expectations that I held myself to at many different points in my journey were completely unmanageable. And I have in the past found myself crumbling many times under the weight of the expectations that I held myself to, under the pressure that I put on myself to achieve at a very high level, and under the absence of support that I allowed into my life. This is the piece about being self-centered in a way that truly isn't selfish. In fact, too often it's selfless. In retrospect, I can see that I denied people who love me the opportunity to support me. I can see in retrospect, the way I usually describe this is a story I tell about a conversation my wife and I had many years ago. But she simply said to me, "I'm worried about you," which was a completely reasonable thing for her to do. But instead, in my black and white worldview with my overachiever, overdoer, kind of human doer kind of life, I said to her, "Well, that's ridiculous. You don't need to worry about me. I'm okay. I'm always going to be okay. I won't accept anything less from myself." And in retrospect, I can laugh at that and know that it was insane. But when I was in the middle of it, I had mile high expectations of what I was going to do at work. I had mile high expectations of what I was going to do in my second job, what I was going to do for my children, what I was going to do for friends, for family, for everybody that wasn't me. And in retrospect, it's pretty obvious it was just the easiest and most honorable way to avoid me. But the thing about expectations is that they're usually subconsciously developed. I never sat down and wrote out a list of what it was I was going to do professionally or personally, or what I was going to do in college and what the level that I was going to hold myself to. All of those were subconsciously chosen. So I want to encourage you to do this. Just grab pen and paper, write down the most important things in your life, the most important things that you do, the most important relationships that you have, and just get a sense of what is it that you expect of yourself in each part of your life. What are the standards that you're holding yourself to? And ask yourself, are these manageable? Ideally, get somebody that knows you well and supports you to weigh in. If you're really struggling with this, write out everything that you do in each of those parts of your life, let's say over the course of a week or a month, and then imagine giving that list to somebody else and tell me what that feels like. Today, I still get to do a lot. I'm very blessed. I get to do things that I love, but I'm consciously choosing each and every project, each and every undertaking. I'm aware of my own limitations. I respect those. It took me a long time to learn this, that it's actually disrespectful to continuously push my limits, to continuously expect more for myself. I don't do that to people I respect, but I have done that an awful lot to me. So what I'm looking for is manageability and sustainability, because what I've learned through the process of my own recovery is that when I don't have those two very basic things, sooner or later everything's going to fall apart. They're not super exciting concepts, manageability and sustainability, but they are necessary, they are healthy, and they ensure that what I'm trying to build can continue to be built upon and not crumble again under the weight of my own expectations, my own standards, and a lack of support. So instead, I'm going to be in touch with my higher power And one of the easiest ways for me to simplify is to simply ask myself, what would my higher power have for me? What does my higher power expect of me? And then maybe that is a lot healthier than what it is that I'm thinking about or what I'm planning. So again, I just encourage you to spend a little time, 10, 15 minutes, do a little bit of writing, take a look at it, share it with somebody that supports you, and maybe there's some changes, maybe there's some opportunities, maybe you're less than optimistic about your chances of success. Maybe your view of self doesn't match up to people that know you well, and maybe there's an opportunity in all of this to grow spiritually. I hope there is. I hope that you'll give a like to this video and share it with friends and family. I hope you'll email me, jim@sobernow.com. Love to hear your questions or topics that you'd like to see discussed in the future, and I hope that you'll take excellent care of you. Thanks.